For decades, Florida was more than just a vacation spot for Canadians. It was Canada's unofficial southern province, a sun-soaked extension of home where familiar accents mingled with the sound of ocean waves. Every winter, thousands of Canadians, known as snowbirds, escaped the harsh northern cold for the warmth of the Sunshine State, forming tight-knit communities and injecting billions into Florida's local economy. For many, it was more than a seasonal getaway. It became a cherished way of life, a tradition passed down through generations. Retirees spent half the year in their condos, families made annual pilgrimages, and the Canadian flag flew proudly beside the stars and stripes, symbolizing a unique cross-border bond. Florida felt like a second home, a dream of easy retirement, endless sunshine, and a welcoming community where lifelong friendships blossomed under palm trees. But lately, that dream is beginning to fade, replaced by a sense of unease and uncertainty. New political tensions, rising costs, and strict immigration laws have made the atmosphere less welcoming, casting a shadow over what was once a carefree escape. Canadians now face anxiety and confusion where there was once only relaxation. As rules change and the future becomes less predictable, questions about safety, affordability, and belonging are replacing the usual conversations about golf scores and beach plans. This isn't just a passing squabble, it's a fundamental shift in the relationship between Florida and its northern visitors. The state that once felt like a haven now feels complicated, even unwelcoming, leaving many to question their future here. The Great Canadian Migration is changing course as more snowbirds reconsider their winter plans. For the first time in years, snowbirds are looking for new destinations, places where the welcome is warm and the dream of paradise still feels possible. So, what changed? In 2023, Florida passed some of the strictest immigration laws in the US. The laws made it a felony to transport undocumented people, forced businesses to verify workers' status, and required hospitals to ask about immigration. While aimed at undocumented immigrants, the impact spread far wider. Everyday acts, like giving someone a ride, suddenly carried legal risk. Fear and suspicion crept into daily life, even for Canadians. The hospital rule especially unsettled visitors used to Canada's healthcare system. Instead of relaxation, Canadians now worry about paperwork and legal trouble. The friendly, easygoing vibe is gone. For snowbirds, Florida's appeal is quickly fading. The effects of these laws were immediate and disruptive. Key industries, agriculture and construction, lost workers overnight, leaving fields unharvested and projects unfinished. Canadians felt the impact. The handyman disappeared, landscaping crews vanished, and services became scarce and expensive. The atmosphere shifted from relaxed to anxious. Businesses closed, options dwindled, and property values became uncertain. Canadians faced a dilemma: stay and support policies they disagreed with, or leave. Many felt uncomfortable in a place that treated vulnerable people harshly. The clash of values was clear. More and more Canadians decided to walk away. The dream of Florida was being replaced by a search for somewhere that felt right. For many, the answer was simple. It was time to move on. The stories poured in from every corner of the continent. Letters, emails, and heartfelt messages arrived daily, each one carrying a sense of urgency and loss. People wanted to be heard, to share how their lives were changing in ways they never expected. Mark and Susan, after 10 winters in Clearwater, made the difficult decision to sell their beloved condo. Their gardener, who had become a close friend over the years, fled the state, and that was the final straw. The sense of community they cherished was slipping away, replaced by uncertainty and fear. The Dubois family from Quebec, who had looked forward to their annual Orlando trip, cancelled their plans at the last minute. They worried about being profiled or hassled, and the excitement of travel was replaced by anxiety. Instead of making memories in the sun, they unpacked their bags at home, disappointed and unsettled. Brenda, a small business owner, watched as her once busy cafe grew quieter. Her Canadian customers, who had always brought laughter and life to her shop, now seemed anxious and uncertain. The steady stream of regulars dwindled, and the future of her business felt more fragile than ever. The easygoing chatter that once filled Florida's restaurants and cafes was gone. In its place were nervous questions, whispered worries, and serious conversations about the new laws. People who once felt at home now wondered if they still belonged. Many regulars said they wouldn't return, not because they stopped loving Florida, but because Florida no longer felt like home. The warmth they once felt had faded, replaced by a sense of unease and loss. These aren't just headlines. They're real people making difficult choices, changing lifelong plans, and letting go of traditions that once brought them joy. Canadians, known for their sense of fairness and community, are now voting with their feet. They're choosing new destinations, seeking places where they feel safe and welcome. When the handshake of a neighbor is replaced by suspicion, the message is clear. Trust is fragile, and once it's broken, it's hard to rebuild. The feeling of being unwelcome is powerful. It lingers long after the moment has passed, shaping decisions and memories for years to come. Canadians are booking flights to new destinations, exploring options they never considered before. Mexico, Portugal, and other welcoming places are seeing a surge in interest. The Sunshine State is losing its shine. The migration is shifting fast. As Florida's beaches grow emptier, new communities are forming elsewhere, and the story of the North continues to unfold. So, where are Canadians going? Mexico and Portugal are the new favorites. Both offer warm weather, lower costs, and, most importantly, a welcoming atmosphere. Online forums buzz with debates. Puerto Vallarta or the Algarve. Travel agencies report surges in long-term rentals and property viewings. Canadians are rethinking retirement and travel plans. Mexico and Portugal, once seen as vacation spots, are now considered second homes. Expat communities thrive, infrastructure is modern, and the culture is inviting. Language barriers are less daunting with technology and English-speaking locals. Canadians are finding sunshine and adventure without the stress. Mexico is quickly becoming the top choice for Canadians looking for a fresh start, a new adventure, or simply a better way of life. The cost of living here is a true game changer. Dining out, shopping for groceries, and even property taxes are all much lower than what you'd find in Florida or back home in Canada. Everyday expenses shrink, making it possible to enjoy more of what you love. Retirees, in particular, can stretch their dollars further, allowing them to savor life's pleasures, like leisurely afternoons in a plaza or a daily coffee at a sunny cafe. The culture is vibrant and full of color. The people are famously welcoming, and the pace of life is refreshingly relaxed, inviting you to slow down and truly enjoy each day. Expats and locals mix easily, forming real friendships and building a sense of community that's hard to find elsewhere. The weather is as diverse as the landscape, from cool mountain towns to sunny beaches, and the food scene is world-class, offering everything from street tacos to gourmet dining. While safety concerns do exist, popular expat areas are generally secure, with many communities offering extra peace of mind. Canadians find that with a little research and some local know-how, they can live well, comfortably, and safely in their new home. For many, the rewards of living in Mexico, adventure, affordability, and a sense of belonging far outweigh the risks. It's not just about escaping the cold Canadian winters, it's about upgrading your quality of life, finding sunshine, and embracing new opportunities. Mexico offers warmth, affordability, and genuine hospitality that makes you feel right at home from day one. For thousands of Canadians, Mexico isn't just a destination. It's the new paradise, where dreams of a better life become reality. Portugal is also rising fast as a Canadian favorite. The appeal? Lifestyle. Portugal blends European charm, natural beauty, and affordability. Safety is a huge draw. Portugal ranks among the world's safest countries. The healthcare system is excellent and affordable. The cost of living is lower than in Canada or Florida. Visa options for retirees and remote workers make moving straightforward. Canadian expat communities are growing, especially in the Algarve and Lisbon. The Portuguese are welcoming, and English is widely spoken. Portugal offers a peaceful, beautiful, and culturally rich alternative. Compare Mexico and Portugal to Florida, and the differences are clear. Florida is expensive. Property, insurance, and daily costs keep rising. Mexico's cost of living can be 50–60% lower, Portugal's 30–40% lower. Community and atmosphere? Florida feels tense. Mexico and Portugal are warm and relaxed. Healthcare is simpler and more affordable abroad. In Florida, a minor medical issue can become a financial crisis. Mexico and Portugal offer quality care at a fraction of the cost. The lifestyle is richer. New cultures, foods, and experiences await. Canadians are trading familiarity for adventure. The reward? A better, more fulfilling life. The choice is becoming obvious. Thinking of leaving Florida? You're not alone, and you have great options. Do your homework. Research costs, healthcare, and daily life in your new destination. Try before you buy. Spend a month or two living like a local. Understand visa requirements and consult an immigration lawyer. Talk to a financial advisor about taxes and pensions. Be ready for challenges, language, bureaucracy, and culture shock. Embrace the adventure and keep a sense of humor. The happiest expats see challenges as part of the journey. The world is big and beautiful. Florida is no longer the only sunny spot on the map.